guys.
Hi.
Hey. Welcome back to... you just look at me now like it's like...
Yeah,
it's
the usual
it's
thing.
A me thing. All right, hi. Welcome to the hidden language of cosplay. We are currently on episode 12.
No, 11.
No, 11. I already
We
fucked up.
did.
I'm sorry.
We discussed this before.
It's been a long week.
has been
Episode
a very long
11. But it's only Monday.
I know. It was long last week.
Yeah, well, yeah. Episode 11. Today, we decided that we were going to be talking about cosplay hobby or profession. Or, well, career, sorry. In my head, it works either way. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about like how cosplay is seen as a hobby and what makes that different to
People who
being
can make it into a career.
Yeah, people that do it as a job, I guess. So, yeah, we'll start off. My name is bellarmycosplay.
And I'm Brie Cosplay.
And we are here to talk on the hidden language of cosplay that goes live every Monday at 4 p.m. on Twitch.
Woo!
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
It's episode 11.
11. That's crazy.
Can't believe, yeah. Wow. 11 episodes. We've been doing this for a while now.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
You think we'd be professionals at this, but we're not.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think we're professionals. Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm still trying to get us sponsored by Coke. I drink one every episode. It's like my whole thing.
Whole thing.
It's tradition.
That'd be cool though. One day.
Come on, Coke.
Future goal.
Yeah. Get sponsored by Coke. We can wear Coke branding.
Yeah.
Turn it into a career. Which is what we're here to talk about today.
Yeah, exactly.
Where should we start, I guess?
I reckon we could start into what people think, like non-cosplayers think.
Well, I guess like the difference, I guess, between like hobbying, cosplay, and we could just go over like the difference between the two. Because like to me, there is a very, very big difference.
Oh, absolutely. There's a very big difference.
Like very big difference. Hobby cosplay is like nicer, I think, personally. I think that like career wise it's a hell of a lot more stressful than hobby wise.
Like to say that we're still hobbies, like we're not.
I like to consider myself in the middle. Like I'm kind of in between the two.
Yeah, I guess.
Because like I do it as a hobby, but I've had opportunities to do like career orientated things that are linked to my cosplay.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
I haven't had any opportunities like that. Not yet. Not yet.
Well, that's good though, because that means we have two different sides to this, which is nice.
Hobbyist.
So what is cosplay to you then? Like, what's the difference for you?
For me, I think hobby is to be able to just have fun and you can just do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, my difference is speed.
Speed?
Yeah, like you can produce a costume slower and take more time to produce it when it's a hobby build. Whether if it's a career-based build, you have to like rush it. Kind of make sure it's perfect, but still get it completed on time. You know what I mean? That is, to me, that's like the major difference between the two.
Well, maybe I am in the middle then.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
Every convention, I'm always like, once I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this character for this convention, and I get into it, and I just get stuck.
Yeah, you do it in a career-based, like, this is my job. Like, I have to do this. Whether to me, like, hobbying is kind of like, you do it at your own pace, and you kind of like take it slow, and if you're not done by a con, you kind of push it over to the next one. I don't know, like, to me, in my head, hobbying is more relaxed. I don't know. Yeah,
it is very more relaxed. You can just turn up to a convention and be like, I'll walk around and I'll go and...
Yeah. Whether, like, we have to do the whole, like, photo shoot side of things.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to. But we enjoy doing...
A lot of hobbyists do, obviously, we do see some really, really good costumes. Like, amazing costumes. But they don't take it into, like, a career basing. They do it just like a hobby.
Just literally for fun. Yeah.
And then you got other hobbyists who just kind of like dress up like kind of like a casual cosplay and just be like, I'm just gonna turn up and see what the convention's like. Maybe meet up with some friends.
Yeah, just kind of like casual, like
relax.
Which is not what we do.
No,
We're ridiculous.
Like it's like the Sunday of Gold Nova, I'm just running around.
Literally, like shoot after shoot after
lunatic.
shoot. Like, because you got to produce
content.
Content, yeah.
Give me the content.
Which kind of loses something from cosplay a little bit, like just a little bit.
Yeah, like there'll be like some days where you don't want to post anything on Instagram.
I haven't posted anything like cosplay wise in maybe like 3 days, and that's a big gap for those out there that do want to make career based decisions for cosplay. Because like I was reading something the other day, and if you want to get like reach and you want to like make sure Instagram's being seen, you have to post like something like 2 times a day to get like seen properly. There are people that post 3 times a day.
Really?
I'm like, I couldn't, like, I don't have enough content for that.
I can't produce enough.
B, the amount of dedication and time that is put into just Instagram on its own is a little intense. Like that is very much so the difference between hobby as well to me, like is social media and all of that comes into play.
Kind of.
It's kind of
like, I have this photo, I'll post it up, and then like a week later you'll post something up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess post one every day.
That's what I mean. Like it's tiring though.
It is. It's so tiring. Because I'll sit there probably on my bed and I'll be scrolling through my actual Instagram page and be like, okay, what haven't I posted in a while? Oh, I'll post another Captain America up.
Yeah, or like, and I sit there and I'm like,
I
literally go through all the folders that I have of all the photos I've done, shoot wides. I'm like, what ones haven't I posted? Like, what have people not seen? What was the most popular? What did people like? What's the most present at the moment? Like, what's out at the moment? So, like, that reminds me today I have to do that. Every Monday I post a Game of Thrones picture because Game of Thrones comes out. Like, staying present, staying like up to date with nerdy stuff is how you get seen. Yeah. That sounds so sad. God, our life sounds sad. Oh, it's fun though.
It is. Like, look.
It's super fun.
When I get asked, I have my little sister, she has some of her friends who want to get into cosplay, and they send me messages and they say, how do I get into it? I'm too young and I'm not creative enough. It's just like, just do it. Just have a bit of fun. Like, it's not fun. Like, be like, oh, I need to be Instagram famous or I need to
like you can eventually go to that.
No, you can get to that point, but just enjoy yourself doing it.
Yeah, because like cosplay starts out for everyone as a hobby. I think.
Oh yeah.
No one goes into cosplay thinking, I'm gonna make money. Yeah. I'm gonna support myself doing this lifelong.
I'm not gonna have any other job. It's just gonna be cosplay. Which, look, it's a hit and miss when it comes to stuff like that.
Unrealistic.
Yeah.
To expect that.
There are some people who can do it.
There are.
But then there's others who will quit a job and then start trying to get into it a bit more, into cosplay a bit more with the business side and just completely miss it.
Yeah.
So,
and like it's not cheap, so like anyone thinking that like cosplay is cheap is wrong.
Yeah.
Because no matter what you're building, no matter how big your build is, no matter how often you're doing it, whether you want to be a hobby or you want to do it professionally, like there is, like it's always expensive.
Yeah.
Nearly had a little guest dog.
Puppy.
But yeah, so like to me, like anyone that goes, like when you're doing it as a hobby, you can budget so much better.
Yeah.
Whether when you're doing it as a career or you're trying to turn it into a career, it gets so expensive so quickly.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to keep present, keep content, keep producing costumes.
Yeah. Because you'll have non-cosplayers who will follow you and like admire work.
There's normal people
There's normal people who follow you, and you can actually get some nasty people who be like, you've been doing this for a long time. Why isn't your photos quality? Or why isn't your costume like
Where
quality?
is the seam? Why is the material the wrong color?
Yeah, and you'll get people like that, and unfortunately you do. That's kind of like the difference between.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a blurry, like there's a lot of lines in it. Like I started cosplay as a hobby. Like I wanted to just do it for fun, and I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed doing it as a hobby. And then I started producing more and more content. I was producing so many more. I wanted to look into doing photo shoots because I was like, I just want to kind of experiment with who I am as a person. And now I've kind of like, it's gotten to a point where now I'm like, I don't want to be like, it's not egotistical, but like I'm getting noticed or recognized for what, like the effort and the hard work I'm putting in for it.
Yeah. And that's what you'll get with this whole thing, is that you will, once you start producing a bit more photos and engaging, that's like the whole thing, engaging with people, you will start getting noticed and
like you will get like noticed in the community as well, and you'll get noticed. Like you do get noticed, and it's amazing when those things happen. Like I geek out when someone like, I don't know, likes my photo that I've admired. That's always exciting. On a side note, Netflix Australia just liked my photo on Instagram.
Oh really? Oh, that's cool. Which one? On which photo?
Klaus.
On Klaus's one?
Yeah. So I was like over the moon. I'm like sitting there like,
hell yeah.
I had to double check that it was the proper
was the
Australian
official
Netflix
one, yeah.
But yeah, so Netflix just liked my photo. But like that's validation in itself. But you do get noticed by like companies like that, like the chick from Sabrina commenting on my photo and stuff like that. Like when you've done it well and you've put in the time and the effort, you can do that anyway, like as a hobby or So I wouldn't go into cosplay thinking, oh, I need to get noticed, because you're going to get noticed either way if you're producing great stuff. But to get to a point where you're doing it as a career, I would say that's really hard. But there's a lot of ways that you can.
You've got a lot of pressure.
That. Oh, there's so much pressure.
Pressure to be able to put enough content out.
And by certain dates as well.
Yeah.
Like you have to have, like, say for example, Patreon. You have to produce that every month.
Every month.
And it's not just like content you're producing. You have to go and print pictures out. You have to assign them. You have to send out rewards. You have to, like, you're getting money from it, but it's stressful. It's not an easy job.
No.
People think it's an easy job because it's just cosplay.
It's cosplay, but it's like, it's just, there's more behind it. So as a business, this is what I learned in my business course. As a business course in high school. You got a certain amount of percentage. So for a cosplay business, cosplay is say 20%.
Yeah.
Then you've got say 40% is like your marketing and like the signing of prints and printing prints and sending the rewards and stuff like that. And then like another 40 is organizing the photo shoots, organizing what you're going to do for each month. And there are people who get quite tired from doing this.
100%.
Like, it's especially if you're doing this plus working.
Yeah, which is where I fall in. That's where you fall in as well.
Like a lot of people fall in. And
like
the
working. That, I don't think you have Patreon, do you? No, neither do I. So like,
no.
Well, same though. I've looked into it.
Yeah, I've looked into it.
It's kind of like that whole coffee thing that they have as well.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, I have that as well, because it's just an easy way if people do want to support me or something like that, they can do that. So for those that don't know what coffee is like KOFI, I think it is.
Yeah.
And it's literally just like a thing where you set up an account. It's kind of like a GoFundMe, I guess. But you 100% get the funds. Yeah. Like you get whatever anyone sends to you. So it's pretty much like they buy you a cup of coffee and it's the price of a coffee. Yeah. And so it's a cute idea. Yeah, and it is a cute little idea. It helps create content. Yeah. Because all of that money, literally, like mine went into buying a sewing machine. Yeah. And like it goes into literally buying items that are required to continue what you're already doing. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, with Patreon is like
Patreon is kind of like a reward-based system.
Reward-based thing. So you got like the different tiers.
Yeah, and it's still creating content, but exclusively. Yeah. Not on Instagram. Yeah. Yeah.
So like, let's take an example for Alison Tabitha. You know,
nope.
She is such an amazing cosplayer.
Right.
She can transform herself into.
Oh wait,
anything. It was like the makeup.
Yes. Okay.
And
now
she,
I'm understanding.
Like her work is
amazing.
It blows my mind. It's amazing. And what she does is she has a YouTube channel as well, but her Patreon, she will do So obviously you got the different tiers. If you pay like a certain amount of money, you have access to
certain prints,
certain tutorials that she's made,
right,
and cosplays that she's done 6 months before she posts it on social media.
That is so intense.
So that's so intense.
I struggle to get a week ahead.
Yeah.
Like a week.
Yeah. So she has put so much effort and time into this.
Because she would have had to have been 6 months ahead to even start the Patreon.
Yeah.
Like, you can't start the Patreon and be like, I'm going to do 6 months worth of content in a month.
In a month. Yeah. It's not possible because still got to organize photo shoots. You still got to organize photo shoots and
even
find the best
supplying and resourcing like the items that you need. Like, it's not easy.
It's not easy, and that's where the whole hit and miss comes into it.
It's also a lot of money too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people realize how much money goes into creating Patreon and creating like all of that stuff. I admire anyone that does Patreon. There is like a difference though in like Patreons though.
Yeah.
If you're understanding where I'm going with that.
So you got Alice and Tabitha, who's just amazing, and then you got other people who just...
Yeah. And I don't want to be like derogatory because I understand where it comes from, and like it does have its place in the community and everything like that. I get that completely. But so what we're talking about is here, for those that aren't catching on, is like what you find is a very big trend with cosplayers, and for the whole hit and miss type scenario is that with Patreon, a lot of the time, a lot of the tiers involve certain photos that require less and less clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, not that there's anything wrong with that. Like, everyone do what you want to do.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's what it's there for. It's there to help create content. I just think that there's a massive difference between that and creating content. Personally. That's just a personal thing.
Yeah, a majority of it is women who do it, and kudos to them to have the confidence to be able to put themselves out there. At the same time, I wouldn't do that like that.
I don't think I've like, there's a few cosplayers that I admire, and I've looked at their Patreons, and I've looked at even joining their Patreons because I do want their prints, or I do enjoy the content they produce, but then I look at what they produce on Patreon, and I'm like, well, I don't really want half of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I'm there to support your creative drive and stuff, and I don't know, that makes me sound really mean. Like, I don't want to give you my money just because I don't want your lewds, but like, I don't really want your lewds in my house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And I also think that that's, I don't want to be like mean, but like, you know, like, it's easy money. It's not easy money, but
it is pretty easy money. But
you know what I mean? Like, it's how do I word this without offending? Like, it just taps into a market that like creates bigger problems for the community. Anyway.
See,
like, personally, I think
when I spoke to someone that I had talked to a few times, this is a non-cosplayer, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I do cosplay, and he was like, oh, so you get a bit kinky in the bed, and I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, isn't that what cosplay is all about?
No, that's because
I'm like, no,
it's,
and that's where it comes into it. It's a the lewds, the
it's kind of
stuff like that. It's a subcategory of cosplay.
Yeah, not everyone does it.
Not everyone does it, but unfortunately, people who don't cosplay see that. And think that's the norm. They think that's the norm.
And that's what comes with the whole like struggle as well, with going to conventions and dressed up and stuff like that, and having like the whole like touching issues and like cosplay not consent and stuff like that. Is that people can literally jump online and look at a cosplayer and buy practically their nudes. And it just creates an issue. It creates an issue for those that cosplay that don't do it professionally and aren't used to that ogling, I guess.
Where people who are doing it for fun.
Yeah, exactly.
And then actually I think it was a conversation between me and Wonder Woman Australia.
Right.
Now she is also kind of like a career-based cosplayer,
definitely.
Because she's
so lovely too.
She's so nice. She's such an amazing person, and you can have good conversation with her, and she's just great. And she started around the same time as me.
Yeah.
Last year, but she does parties, she does all the stuff, and she too has just hit 2,000 followers within the year. And
That's a pretty, for those that don't know, that's a big growth.
It is. It's a big growth.
That's a big. I've only hit 1K in like 8 months. So like that's big growth.
That's
as
big
well.
growth.
Like,
yeah.
Like you can get there, but you got to realize that you need to work really hard.
You need to
for
work
it.
really hard
Like really hard.
on
like
it.
harder than you think you have to.
Yeah. And we were speaking about that. It was hard for women like us who create our stuff or don't show a lot of skin to build ourselves up like that. Where the
because you're like fighting a one-armed battle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it sounds so bad. Like we're being mean to people that do lewds. Like I don't care.
Yeah, we don't care.
I really don't care because at the end of the day, I just do my own thing.
Yeah.
Like realistically, I'm just trying to get to where I want to go.
Yeah.
For me. But like it's very disappointing personally.
Yeah.
I think because it takes away from the hard work that other cosplayers are doing.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
Like I know a lot of cosplayers that do like the lewd side of things. They also do a lot of amazing cosplays.
Yeah.
But and it breaks my heart a little bit knowing that they don't get the recognition for those hard-made cosplays, but because people aren't there for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Their audience isn't there for that. Their audience is there for the lewds and the like risque
stuff. Yeah.
And saying that, I've done lewds. Like I would say, like I've done male lewds.
Yeah.
But I didn't do them for Patreon.
Yeah.
I did them just for myself.
Yeah.
I thought they were funny.
Yeah. I've done a couple.
Yeah.
And it was just purely for just getting my body confidence.
Yeah,
there,
exactly.
Just for myself. Like I didn't do it for anyone else.
I did it as a social experiment. As well.
Yeah.
To see what people interacted with more on my profile.
Yeah. See, mine was with my aerial bikini shoot. So I did a bikini shoot that was for just for body confidence, as a bit of fun. I got more likes on that than I did with, say, like my warrior aerial, which I had made everything.
Yeah.
So
which
I'm
is
just
kind of disheartening.
Because
something that you don't put a lot of like I don't know, like you don't put a lot of effort in. Like I didn't put a lot of effort in for my stuff.
Yeah.
And then that gets more noticed or more recognition than the stuff that you literally sit there building or making, like
taking the time.
Which I guess, like, I don't know. I just have a lot of.
A lot of people have their opinions on all of it. Some people are like, oh, just, let's do it. That's cool. That's fine. And then there's us who are like, we just don't really care.
Yeah, like.
And then there's other people who are very, very defensive against it, going, nah, they shouldn't be doing this stuff. And look, I see both sides.
Yeah, I do. I understand. Like, if I got money for taking my clothes off and it funded me making costumes and even potentially being able to quit my job and do it as a life goal, I'd do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Absolutely. I would completely tap into that. If I looked better, I would tap into that myself.
Look better. You look fine.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Like, if I had the body that people would pay $45 just to get a print of me, hells yeah, I'd do that. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like, if you have the confidence.
I just don't do it because I have friends who joke around with it with me. They'll joke around and be like, oh.
That's another thing that stops people from doing it.
Yeah.
But also, it's a very cutthroat business at the end of the day.
It's a hit and miss, really.
Yeah, like legitimately.
There's people who have been able to do it really, really well and they get thousands of dollars, where then there's other people who try to do it and they just can't get past that threshold.
Like they don't also have the audience to have that or the interaction to do that.
I think there are people who, like we said, there are cosplayers who go into cosplay doing that and then try to make it as a career from get-go.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. You need to build yourself up to be able to, before you can do that. Like me personally, if I wanted to start a Patreon, like say with Alice and Tabitha's type Patreon, I wouldn't do it for another 5 years or something like that.
I go
when I have a bit more
basis. Like that sounds bad, but like
followers.
Like, how many followers
I
I
guess.
would have. Like, I probably wouldn't look into doing Patreon until I reach maybe like 5K?
5K.
Maybe 10?
Yeah.
Like,
See,
if I ever get to that stage. But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's a bit of like mine's experience and the following. Like, if I get up to, mine was like 5K, but it's like probably maybe more than 5K, maybe.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to add tutorials to it.
Yeah,
and
like,
I'm still learning so much.
And it's very, like, personally, because I like to consider myself quite, like, forward thinking in the way that I can do things. So, like, I know what I want to be able to do by the time I even remotely look at something like that.
Yeah.
Or, like, I know what I need to have completed before I even get to that stage.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, seeing cosplayers that start and they've done maybe 2 costumes and they're like, oh, I'm going to, like, do Patreon and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't judge them because I'm like, yeah, you do you. But also, like, you have to be realistic at the end of the day. You can't go into cosplay being like, you know what, I'm going to be the best of the best. I'm going to be the most unique person out there. I'm going to have content galore. Like, you can't sit there thinking that because the reality of it is that it's not as easy as everyone thinks it is.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Like, it's quite difficult.
Yeah. To be able to get that content out every month.
Every month. Even creating new costumes and making stuff. You could be the best seamstress ever. You're not going to be able to produce like 8, 9 costumes in a month.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if you stay up every night. And
and that's what I like Alison Tabitha's one. Is like she planned it 6 months.
That's what I mean. Yeah, so she's put the effort in.
Put the effort into especially if you're going to have that as your career. You have to put the effort into it.
You have to have a plan. You can't just
go in
impulse decision.
Boom.
Yeah, no. Like, no. Like, I'm very lucky because I've done lots of shoots. I've guested at conventions. I've had I've had like a bit of a tiptoe into the career side of cosplay. And I know a lot of people that do have Patreon and make it work.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. And I love the content that they produce. But, like, you have to be realistic. Like, that's at the end of the day.
Go in, quit your job.
No, you need to know where you need to be to get where you need to go.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. And then we can go away from Patreon for a little bit. There's obviously
I think we're talking about Patreon's the only thing that links to Korea. No, I'm kidding. That was a joke. I was joking.
You got YouTube.
YouTube is a very big one.
YouTube's a very big one, and same again.
Hit or miss.
Hit or miss.
Yeah.
You've got like Cosplay Chris, who is a very well-known cosplayer in Australia community, and even over in America, in the States, he's pretty well known.
See, that's like someone you aspire to be like if you want to.
Yeah, that's who you want to aspire. And he has just hit 5 years.
Wow.
Of doing his YouTube. But he has grown so much from when he started to now.
Yeah.
And
sorry.
You're good.
Yep, I choked on air.
Oh, I do that. But he produces really good content.
And you have to have an idea though. Like you have to.
Yeah. He so you got YouTubers cosplay YouTubers who, or even just normal YouTubers who will have a new video every week and good content. Chris does stuff whenever he bloody wants. Like he can have 2-3 weeks in between each video. But it's just like his is quality over quantity.
Yeah.
And he produces really good content. Like he does reviews, he does all of his prop making.
He's just very talented at what he does.
Yeah,
well.
He knows what he's bloody doing.
That's what I mean. Like you need to go into it knowing what you want to do and having a plan, and knowing like at the end of the day you need to know who you are and how capable you are of doing things. Yeah. Like you need to be very self-aware.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to sit there and be like, I have 200 people paying for my Patreon or supporting me, but I can't produce what I promised them.
Yeah. I can't be bothered.
Yeah, exactly. Like you need to have a solid drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And really, it's just like getting. At the same time, you just got to get yourself out there.
Yeah.
Like I was watching some of Chris's old stuff because I like to make fun of him with him. I'll send him little.
Oh, you're friends with Cosplay Chris. We get it.
No, I'll send him little screenshots that I've taken, and he's like, "Oh God, you found that video?" I'm like, "Yeah, like it's on the internet." But he was like, "That was the."
Everyone starts somewhere.
Yeah, it's like he's like, "It's just where I started," and it was just like. Just the dark days of just creating crap.
If you look
on the
me up
internet.
on YouTube, I have YouTube videos.
I have one.
I have maybe 5, but they're on different people's channels. They're not on my own, and they are the worst videos in the world. They were all from like me in high school.
High school. Oh wow.
Doing like let's make a like mock like horror film on our weekend. No, they're terrible.
I love it.
And I will never show them to the world at all. But
people have found my video of my Lara
yeah,
Croft.
but yours is funny though.
It's
I like your
hilarious.
Lara Croft.
Okay, so I was out when I was hanging out with Sky last night. He showed.
You found it again?
No. He showed the 2 new people that had come along. He showed the video, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh my god,
that's hilarious." I like it personally.
I'm so embarrassed because I sound
even
so
I found it and watched
stupid."
it.
But like it's like every time I've been over there like 3-4 times now, and they always put it on, and I'm like, why?
But it's also because they're your friends.
Yeah, I know.
Like normal
Love you
people
guys.
aren't gonna sit there and watch it 7 times.
Yeah. But it's stuff like that. You just got get yourself out there. And
Yeah,
just
and it's just
keep
starting, really. Like, start with no expectations.
Yeah.
Like, don't expect to make it overnight. Don't expect to be super popular straight away. Like, I wouldn't even say I'm super popular.
No.
Like, I'm at 1K, and that to me is nothing really. Like,
Yeah. For
like
me,
it is.
mine's-
It's
like
a
for
goal,
you,
but like
to
huge.
yourself, it's
Yeah,
huge.
it's huge, but like in the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot.
Yeah, and it's
Like
the same
that's,
with me.
I would not sit here and be like, yes, I hit 1K. Let's do Patreon. Let's do YouTube. Let's do like every single thing I can do.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, there's no audience there yet.
Yeah.
Like there is, but that audience is very small
Very
compared to where I want it to be by the time I do any of that.
Yeah. So that's with me because I've got like my mum likes to share my cosplay stuff.
I saw that.
Yeah,
That was funny.
She's such a sweetheart. She's so funny. But she'll post stuff up, and she'll have friends her own friends be like, "Oh, does she put tutorials up?" Or I'll have some of my non-cosplay friends going, "Oh, I'd love to see how you did this." And I'm just like, I didn't even film it. I don't even know how I made it.
Sometimes I sit there and I'm
wing
like,
it.
I should have done that. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, I got halfway when I made my Harley Quinn hammer, which is like the best prop I've ever made.
Oh, it was very good too, by the way.
So good. I love it. And I was halfway through and I realized, I'm like, I should have filmed this.
Yeah.
But I guess I did it at night, I finished it at like 6 o'clock in the morning because I'm that stupid.
Yeah, it
And I
makes
did
sense. And that's what a lot of people do, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's the realism of it. Like, I would love to, like, I've sat there and been like, oh, I should have taken photos of how I made this or how I did that. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's just,
And I'm not going to sit here and pick it apart just to do it again.
yeah. Well, I want to remake it because there's a few things I know I could have worked on, but just don't go into it with expectations. You've got to build it up. Start if you want to make it as a career based. You need to build it up. You need to start as a
normal person.
Have fun.
Just enjoy it. Enjoy the ride.
It's like putting like your feet into the water.
Yeah,
you
just
need to
dip your tiptoe in.
test the
Tiptoe
waters,
into the
see
water.
what it's like, interact with other people.
And see what people like and what they don't like. But in saying that, don't adjust what you want to do just for your audience, like at all.
Just do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like some of my shoots are absolutely dumb.
I love your shoots though. They're hilarious.
Yeah, but they're dumb.
Dumb.
Like
But they're
literally, they start out with me and my photographer talking about ideas, and we're like, yeah, let's do this, and just like let's just have fun with it. And I literally put on the costume. I'm like, I am the dumbest motherfucker in the world.
But
Like,
it's great.
Yeah, but then
content.
the photos come back and they're like really good, and I'm like, damn it. I actually like this. Like, God, I wanted this to be dumb.
Dumb, yeah.
But Like, just go into it having fun. Like, that's all I do. I just pick things that I like doing. Like, not specifically for people. Like, I must admit, I've done shoots in the past that are, like, themed for certain events and stuff. So, like, Halloween, obviously, I do horror characters. And then, like, Christmas, I did, like, Elf on the Shelf. Which, mind you, no one ever do Elf on the fucking Shelf.
You looked great.
I hate scrolling through my Instagram feed now because there are 25 motherfucking photos
Why did you
of
do
me as Elf
25?
on
You
the
should have
Shelf.
done like 12.
It was, well, no, because it was an advent calendar.
Oh, okay.
So each day, and it exhausted me having to post one photo of Elf on the Shelf every day, but have it broken up in my feed. So I had to post 2 photos a day.
Oh, God. That sounds tiring.
It was exhausting.
Yeah.
It's tiring. And I know that's sitting in front of my phone posting, but it's exhausting.
Yeah. See, because it was Star Wars Day on Saturday, and I'm like, I was dressed up. It was so fun. And
I didn't even post a photo for
I'm
Star
like,
Wars
I don't
Day.
have like quality photos to put for Star Wars Day.
In saying that, I did dress up too, and I was like, I still didn't even take photos in my dress
Really?
up. Yeah.
I dressed up, but
Which you look great, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
I liked it. I liked the helmet.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I could work on that helmet.
You did it in what, a day though?
No,
Or a
I
week
did
or
it in a
something?
week.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking hard to make a Star Wars helmet in a week.
First time, but like
Exactly.
yeah. Well, I ended
Give yourself some
I ended
credit.
up buying the comic that has the outfit, and I'm like, I have so much references now. Yes, I'm gonna redo this because I had fun making that. But I just didn't have photos, and I'm like now I'm just like, okay, maybe I should
redo it
and actually organize a shoot for each event because that's coming into the bagwang. Everyone posts something for Star Wars Day and for Easter and for like Valentine's Day.
But you want to be
Day
unique in it as well, so that you like stand out.
Yeah, and for Halloween. So and I want to be able to post photos up like that.
Yeah.
Like for Halloween, I really want to do the ring.
See, I want to do that too, but I want to crawl out of a TV.
Really?
Yeah, I want to break
crawl out
a
of
TV and pull out the screen and actually crawl out of it. Because I think that would be really, really cool.
That'd
I
be
won't
awesome.
steal that. Thanks. It's my
Please
idea.
don't.
I'm trying to make this a career.
But
If you steal it, at least show me.
But even then, it's just like it's just stressful and tiring.
It is.
Organizing it, but at the same time, trying to get into a bit more positive.
It's super
It's
fun.
It's so much fun.
So when I first started, I was literally producing 4 costumes a week, and I was enjoying the hell out of it. It was hella stressful, but I was enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like, it kept me constantly busy. I was constantly progressing. The photos just got continuously better. Like, it is
Progress.
fun. It's very fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's very fun.
Yes. Just do it.
Enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. Don't get stressed.
Yeah, and the thing is,
And if you do get stressed, just
cosplay.
put the brakes on a little bit.
Yes,
There's
you're
no
allowed to
harm.
take
You're
a
allowed to
break.
I haven't posted in 3 days. That's a massive gap for me.
My most massive gap was probably like 2 weeks.
See, that's a big gap.
That's a big gap. So for me, that's a big gap because I
that's a
usually
big gap.
post 1 a day, but I needed it.
In saying that, like, you're entitled to it.
Yeah,
And
mental health. You have
Most
to
of the
look
time,
after
your
that.
followers are there for your content anyway. Like, they're there because they enjoy what you produce. So, like, most of the time, it's you that sits there thinking, oh, if I don't post, they're going to unfollow me.
Yeah.
Or they're not going to like my stuff.
See, that was
Like,
my
that's-
thought process when I
yeah,
first started.
It's all in your head.
Yeah. it's all in
Like,
your
I
head.
have people message me and they'll be like, hey, you okay? You haven't posted in a few days. I'm like, yeah, I'm just taking a bit of a break.
Break.
I'm busy with life at the moment. And then they'll be like, oh, okay. We look
Yeah.
forward to seeing what you produce next. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, thank you.
Thank you. I have moments where I will still post on stories. Be like, this
Stories
is what I'm
is
doing.
fine, though.
Stories is fine because it's just like
It's just like a life update.
life
It's like a
update.
24-hour
where
life update.
I'll still post something and I'll be like, oh, I'm working on this, but I know that I'm like, it's not quality enough for me able to
Yeah.
post on my actual Instagram, and that's fine. Like you can have a presence on social media, but you don't have to post or engage
really
or
don't.
whatever.
No,
like-
you don't.
Mental
really
health.
don't.
Mental health is a good thing with being, especially if you're going to go into like a career-based
Yeah.
one, is mental health. Make sure you look after yourself first. Take care of yourself first before anyone else.
Yeah, there's a lot of cosplayers that do burn themselves out very quickly. So don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. don't be like us.
No.
Because I have burnt myself, to be honest. I have burnt myself out.
Oh, yeah, I've
a
done
lot.
that too.
Like after Gold Nova, all I did for a week was just sleep.
I haven't done a shoot in a few weeks.
No, I haven't.
Because I've been exhausted.
And that's
just how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, and like a lot of people go through that. Just
you just need to take it slow. Don't be us.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy
learning. With the ride.
Yeah, just have fun.
Don't bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah.
These are words of advice. You guys should be taking notes. Like,
take them down.
Yeah.
But we're going into the hobbyist stuff. Like a lot of people.
Oh yeah, we did focus really on career based.
Yeah, like doing it as a hobby that was what I started was like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed making costumes. I enjoyed making prop work. It was just something different than I'd go to work and then I'd come back and then I can work on a little bit of painting. Like,
yeah, I found it as a distraction.
Yeah.
For me, like it was a distraction from like the stresses of everyday life. So it's
Yeah.
just kind of like I can sit in
People
front of the TV. I can make a bit of stuff. I can cut up some fabric and sew it all together.
I liked the challenge.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of nice. But then obviously it then progressed into like you can find yourself a lot through cosplay. I found myself through like I enjoy making my costumes and I actually want to make a career into making costumes and working for film and theatre.
Well, see, that's me, but on the other side of that, I want to look into more like the whole acting side of things and like
we could work on a movie together.
The modeling side of things. Like that is more where I want to go because I now enjoy that. But yeah, just enjoy it.
Enjoy it. You'll find yourself through it. You'll find what you like to do.
Yeah.
If you want to be able,
and you get to experiment with your style too.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Like I can't imagine you waking up one morning, like the first morning, and be like, "I'm going to cosplay Captain America."
Yeah.
Straight off the bat. But you grew to develop a like for and
originally,
want to do that.
Originally, I was going to do Winter Soldier.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now she's your Captain America. That's America's ass right there.
You know what? I actually got a photo.
Oh no.
Like that.
That's hilarious.
You know, like that. I had all at the Starlight Foundation. So I did a Starlight Foundation yesterday at Morayfield, and we were joking around. And Jeannie, who did Miss Mary Marvel at Gold Nova, was like, "We need to praise the booty," and I'm like, "Oh God!" So there's a photo. There is a photo that they're all like praising the booty, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" But it's just
a fun
bit of fun. This is what you do. We're all just geeks who dress up.
At the end of the day, yeah. Like I started kind of wanting to progress more into the like serious side of cosplay once I had joined a committee for a con.
Yeah.
So like me hosting the cosplay competition and doing all of that up in Mackay, where I'm originally from, obviously, that kind of started my interest in me. Like, hey, these guys, like these cosplay guests, get paid or kind of get to come to these events because they're really good at what they do. I want to be them.
Yeah.
And now I am.
Now you are. Yay. Yeah.
Which is exciting. Which is something that is that was a goal for me. Hey, Dooku.
Puppy.
It's cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time cameo.
Yeah. But yeah, so like going to cons as a guest is a goal and can be obtained as well. Like that is something that can be looked into. But in saying that, like, don't expect to get that straight off the bat.
Yeah. Build it.
Like, just be realistic.
There are hobbyists who come to these conventions and they've made something really big and elaborate. And I've talked to them and they're like, yeah, no, I just do it as a hobby. I'm a carpenter or I'm an electrician or whatever. But I just wanted to be able to escape my reality and be able to work on like mechanical wings or whatever. And so you have people who like do that, or you have just turning up at a convention like kind of casually.
I've gone to conventions just in my normal clothes. I've done that.
I haven't done that yet.
Well, okay.
Probably the closest I got was like Mary Jane. Oh shush.
But that was before I started doing it. Full time.
Full time. Well, it's like so obviously Gold Nova last year was when I started focusing a bit more on a slight more of like a career base for cosplay. Before that, I just did it just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Because I just had fun dressing up as a character.
It's just fun to do, and you get to have. I feel like we're repeating ourselves.
We are.
Just do it for fun.
But like I had been doing it for like maybe a year and a half before that. Just going to conventions with old friends, and we were just like, oh, how cool would it be if we did this? And we did we did a whole X-Men thing. So I did Phoenix, and I just had fun doing it. I had no worry. I was very relaxed. Yeah. And then it was November 2017 for Brisbane Supernova.
It was ages ago.
Yeah.
God.
It was only a year and a bit ago.
Okay. It feels like longer than that. No, what? Year and a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Anyway,
a year and a half, maybe.
Continue. I'll stop
but that's when I was like, I'm like, okay, what could I do with it? Granted, I did. This is me putting my hand up and admit I went into cosplay going, I want the Instagram fame and I want the likes and I want the follows and stuff like that.
Which is what a lot of
people do. But
I didn't even know that you could get anything like that off cosplay when I first started. Because I was from a small country town. Yeah. Well, so my whole thing was like, cosplay.
Yeah, I was just like, I've been going to Supernova a lot, and I just seen all these big elaborate costumes. I'm like, I want to do that like now, and I'm like, I want to focus on more. I want the Instagram fame, I want the likes, I want the follows, yada yada. But cosplay is so much more than that, and that's what I've learnt through the year of doing it. And now I'm just like, I don't really care about follows and likes. I just don't really care. I'm just like, I'm just doing whatever I want. I love the support that I get from people.
I love interacting with, I don't like calling them my fans because I don't like that word.
Like, supporters?
Yeah, like my fellow cosplayers. I really love interacting with my fellow cosplayers.
Me too.
Like, I have people I've never met that cosplay that follow me. Like, I love talking to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, they are there for my highs. They're there for my lows. Like, I literally have people message me every once in a while, just randomly, and be like, hey, how are you feeling today? And I'm like, I'm good. Was there like a reason? Or are you just checking up? And they're like, no, we're just checking in. Just making it. I'm like, the fact that this person I've never met before, who follows me on Instagram of all things, cares enough to check in with me. It's so down to earth.
It's so good. Like when I first met Brooke, our lovely Brooke, who I've shouted out like twice on this show.
She's just gonna have to be a guest one time.
We're gonna have to when she's up here next. But
you're down there next.
We both geeked out when we first met each other.
Yeah.
Like
I've done that to a few people, or I try to really restrain myself. I'm like, okay.
Oh, I do that all the time. I'm
just gonna casually go up to them and talk to them.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. It
just depends on your bravery.
Yeah. I just wait for someone else to introduce me.
Yeah. Well, I guess very much just went up to Miss Major Sam, who when I've met her. I've met her a couple of times now, but I just went up. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go up and I'm going to talk to her. And because I'm like, I loved her work. I've been admiring her work for so long. And she was one of the reasons why I got in, like inspirations of getting into it. Yeah. And being able to talk to her, and I'm like, she's just a normal human being. Yeah. Like the rest of us.
We're all nerds.
Yeah.
No matter you're following on Instagram, you're all nerds.
Yeah.
All nerds. In saying that, remember that a lot of people it's a different persona on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are very different in real life. So some of the cosplayers that you look up to or follow or anything like that, they do have social issues or anxiety a lot of those sort of things. So they may be really, really interactive online, but that's because they feel comfortable interacting online. Right. So remember comfortability as well.
Yeah. See, I had a slight social anxiety before I started cosplay, but going to conventions now, I when I first Gold Nova last year. It's I like the difference between last year's Gold Nova and this year's Gold Nova.
This year's was so good.
Oh, I loved this year's Gold Nova.
It was great. I also keep having to go do this. So I guess.
And really seeing the difference of that fact that I didn't really speak to much people because I was really nervous. I was just I just want to carry go into like a corner and be like,
I'm just gonna cocoon and become a butterfly next year.
Yeah, and then obviously that does go on. Like it just depends on your comfortability. I grew into because I can be a bit of a social butterfly when I want to be, and that's like my mum as well, because we're very similar in personality, and there are people who will be social for a couple of hours, but then over time they just be like, I just kind of want to sit down. I don't really want to talk much. With me, I can talk to whoever I want and just keep talking. Yeah.
What would you say, like, okay, so for those that, like, do want to, I guess, kind of dabble into the whole doing it as a profession, what would you say the pros and cons of being someone that is, like, because you have a lot of fans. Well, not fans, like a lot of fellow people that support you.
Yeah.
What would you say the pros and cons of being someone that has a basis for that?
Yeah.
Like I'm just going to call it a fan base.
Fan base, yeah.
Yeah, because that's kind of what that's not a real word for
that.
Yeah.
Pro is I get quite giddy when I have people come up to me and be like, I've been following your work for so long, you're amazing. And I just go going, like when I first started, I'm like, I don't really know who you are, but thanks. But then once I'll actually will end up interacting with them and talking to them. And then I guess another pro has been just knowing that there are people who look up to me as
Have you ever had any weird interactions with the fans?
A little bit. A little bit.
I have one for myself too. It's hilarious.
Mine's is more. They just won't leave me alone.
Right. I have a few like that.
Talking wise, like I'll interact with them, I'll talk to them, but then I'm needing to run off to do something else, but we'll just keep talking. And like I love it. I love people talking to me, but sometimes there's just like
there's the social cues.
Yeah, there's some social cues that some people that just haven't quite picked up.
Yeah, I get that when I'm guesting.
Yeah.
A lot. So like when I'm guesting at a convention, people don't understand that I'm there as a job.
Yeah.
Like I'm not there as just a hobby cosplayer. I'm there to do a job, and I'm there to, like, I love interacting with people, don't get me wrong, and I'm there to interact with my people. Like I love my fellow nerds, but like I still have responsibilities to whatever convention and stuff I'm at or attending to do my job pretty much. Because most of the time they've done something to get me there. So like that's what a lot of people don't understand as well, is that like cosplayers that are at conventions as a guest, they're there, and that is a profession. Like that is their career for that day. Yeah. Like you have to treat it like they are working. Yeah. Because they are. They're not there for free.
Free, yeah. I think another con I've spoken to you about was once you start getting more popular, you start getting more well known, unfortunately you will have people who will try to ride on that. Especially if they're friends with you. They will try to ride on that with you.
I like to think the best of everyone. So
I like that. That's the same with me. I like to think the best of everyone, but
I also don't think you can go in thinking that's going to happen.
No.
Because, like, that's very unhealthy, and you're going to sit there and you're just, like, you're going to end up with no friends. Like, not everyone's there to use you, but some people do. It's just really trying to get, I don't know, like, an understanding of signs, I guess. Like, the signs of that.
Signs of that. Like, think the best of everyone, but they're...
Like that's
it's hard because you don't know, they could be because they're friends with you and they just kind of casually say it. But
like
sometimes
I'm friends with some big cosplayers. And so are you.
Yeah.
So like we're friends with cosplayers that have a following. And like what I don't like as someone that doesn't have as big a following, what I dislike is people that assume that's why I'm friends with them. And like at the end of the day, I don't care about, like, I do care about my following list, but I don't care about it at the expense of being friends with people. So like I'm not friends with my friends just because I want to ride their coattails.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm friends with them because I actually care about them and I like their progress and I like them as people.
Some of the higher profile cosplayers that I am friends with, I've met them. Fair enough. I have met people.
Yeah.
Through them, I've met them through other people. It's just kind of like
you're just a normal person at the end of the day.
We're all just normal person. We're all just geeks who dress up.
Yeah. So like, I don't like people that assume that I'm using people for their popularity because that's not it at all. I actually like if one of my friends that is high profile posts a photo of me or something, I actually normally ask them if they're actually okay doing that.
Yeah.
Like they can take it down. I don't mind because that's not what I'm there for.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm the type of person that would rather work my ass off to get to where I want to be than use someone for it anyway. Because at the end of the day, like we're all just nerds.
Be friends with us.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. I would say that's a big con. That's a con that I don't like. That's a con that I can sit here talking about for an hour.
But the pro has just been able to be a role model to
that is a very big pro.
People.
That's a very big pro.
Big pro. Being a role model to people and like I've had first time cosplayers that come up and be like, oh, do you have any advice for me? What can I do? And like I love being able to be able to help them and get to whatever they want to do.
I've had people that aren't even cosplayers come up to me and that say that they're like they love what I do and stuff like that because I'm very like I don't know, like I don't fit into a societal norm with like my gender expression and my costumes are very different, I guess, to normal social, like societal appropriate costumes. So like for me, it's really nice and it's grounding to have just normal everyday people come up to me.
I have obviously, like we mentioned before, my mum shares a lot of my stuff. She has some of her friends who have like teenage girls who they show my stuff to them, and I have a lot of like some of my sister's friends and who have all been like gone and said to my sister, be like, does your sister meet her fans? And I'm just like, this is crazy. I never thought that I'd get to that point.
Where you have fans.
Yeah. And I obviously young teenage girls, even and guys, through high school you go through the self-esteem and low body confidence and stuff like that.
Discovering who you are as well. Like,
and
all of that.
One of my mum's friends asked me, is it alright if I can show these photos to my daughter? She's going through a lot and I feel that this will help her love herself and what she loves. And I love that. I love that. I can be a role model to young girls, and that's what I've now tried to incorporate into my cosplay. I can be a bit of a role model.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I love that as well. I would say that's a big big pro. Sorry.
Big pro.
Big pro.
Big pro.
Big pro.
Yeah.
Big pro is being able to be
a role model.
Like a role model to people. And saying that, sometimes I worry that what I post is not very age appropriate. But also in saying that, when you get to my age, you just don't really care.
Don't really care. Yeah.
You know, like I'm like, this is what I want to do. This is me doing me. And if anything, that's even more of something to be a role model for. You just do what you want to do. In saying that, it is the hour.
The hour.
That was a quick hour.
Quick hour.
Felt like a quick hour.
I think we rambled a bit.
Yeah, we always do. Sorry,
always
guys.
do.
So, do you have a shout out for the week? Was it my turn for a shout?
Or did you want to?
Let's do two.
I'll do two. I'll do my one. My first one is X Genie X. I met her properly yesterday, and she is so lovely. She's a total hoot.
A total hoot.
Total hoot.
Total hoot.
Total hoot. And she made she did Mary Marvel at Gold Nose Supernova, and she just looked amazing in it. And I got along with her so well. Like we did a Macca's run last night, and then there's a video on both of our stories of us doing like this really weird.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, a little weird dancing, and it's like we keep rewatching it, and we're like, I kept rewatching it for the song.
I was like, I'm a bad guy.
But we go along so well, and I'm like, you're so beautiful. Like, So and she's an amazing cosplayer as well, and so that's my shout out for the week.
And my shout out for the week is Alpha Cosplay, who I adore. She just did Rapunzel at Starlight, I believe.
Rachel, I was with her.
Yeah. She's amazing.
She's amazing.
She's amazing. She did Gamora at the Avengers meet we did, and like she's also done like I think one of her first ones was like she did Tomb Raider not too long ago. She's done quite a lot, and she's an amazing person, and I love her so much. She's one of my favorite people in the world.
She was actually one of my first role models when I came in.
She's so lovely. I love her. We get along.
We geek out so much, me and her.
She's just the best to geek out with.
She goes into her character really well.
She does, and she's just so lovable and approachable. She's beautiful.
At the Starlight, she was dressed as Rapunzel, and she just every kid that came up, she'll just wave and giggle and like have a best day ever type thing. And she just really got into the character, and like I love her for that. And also
she knows how to
she's
interact with people.
An actor as well.
Yeah.
She knows her improv skills.
Yeah, exactly. But she's amazing, so check her out as well. And on that note, that brings episode 11 to kind of a close, I guess. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this is our second last episode until we take a bit of a hiatus.
Yep.
For those that don't know, I am moving to Melbourne. A fun time. But so next week will be our final episode for a little while. We have a few surprises up our sleeve for next week's episode. So we would really love some people to check in live and talk to us, because there won't just be us.
Yeah.
I wonder what's happening there.
So send us questions.
Yes.
Just send us anything.
Send us also, because next week's topic, we're actually going to be talking about the hidden language of cosplay and everything we've covered, done, completed, our best memories, everything we've experienced doing 12 episodes. So, we are doing kind of like a run-of-the-mill, let's talk about... There we go, greatest hits of the hidden language of cosplay.
Yeah.
We're going to do a clip show. No, I'm kidding. That would be kind of hilarious. But funniest home videos, all the outtakes, and all it is literally the episodes, one after each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll be talking about the hidden language of cosplay and everything we've loved and experienced. So that's next week. So also send us your favorite things about the show what you've witnessed, maybe something that it's inspired you to do or
absolutely
done. We want to hear. That's what we're here for.
What we're here for. Yeah.
And any questions, any comments, anything you want to know, let us know.
Yes, send them through.
Send them to us.
It's going to be a very special episode.
Oh, I don't like thinking about it already. I'm going to be a mess. I've been a mess the last week. I don't want to be a mess again. But on that note, Bellamy Cosplay signing off for the second last time.
And Brie Cosplay signing off. Bye.
Bye.